Hello and welcome to Dynasty of Beauty. Today we are going to be talking about creating space in your environment for love. So, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. All right, so how are we going to create space for love? Now, this is for you if you just came out of a relationship and you are ready and you feel like you really need to just get rid of the old and embrace your new chapter. This is for you if you are ready to date and you're just like, I'm ready. I want to go ahead and start dating now. Hey, this is a great way to set yourself up for success. All right. Okay, so I want to start off with this quote. It's a very wise words from Wayne, and it says, "Keeping baggage from the past will leave no room for happiness in your future." And I want you to go ahead and as I read that again, I want you to substitute the word happiness for any other word of your choosing. It could be relationship, for a beautiful, loving relationship. It could be for abundance. It could be for anything that you desire. So, again, keeping baggage from the past will leave no room for what? So, be thinking about that. For what? Holding? What are you holding back from your future self? So that's why it's so important for us to be able to make space, create that space, because as we are creators of this beautiful life that we are given as a gift, right? We are expanding. What kind of energy are we going to expand? Are we going to expand love and all things that are good? Or are we expanding maybe in some areas, but we still feel constricted because we're holding on to a lot of things? So there are three areas that I'm going to be sharing with you today, and that it will bring some light into ways that you can begin creating that space in your environment for love. The three areas are inner circle, enveloping circle, and outer circle. So be thinking about that as I go through this, your inner circle, enveloping circle, and outer circle. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the very first one, which is your inner circle. Now, your inner circle, think of this as spiritual. It is spiritual. So, your inner circle is spiritual because it has to do with what's within you. All right, so what are some things that you're holding onto in your environment that still brings so much significance within you, that have this memory? Maybe you have a past relationship, right? We don't want to hold on to that. Although there might have been some beautiful memories, maybe not so good memories, but you're still holding on to that space. That energy is there. And so because we're holding on to that space, right, there's space here, but there's this beautiful thing over here, and we could only grab hold of it with just partial ownership, right? We're only be able to grasp with it with one hand, versus if we just let go, guess what happens? Things begin to expand and we begin to receive more, and more love. Not because we are more worthy, not at all. We are already worthy of love. But now we're being very selective of what we allow in our environment. Okay? So why is your inner circle spiritual? Because again, those things are tied to that energy. So that beautiful gift, the jewelry or the purse or the shoes, whatever it was that was given to you by someone whom you were in a relationship in your past, even if it's not intentional, that is still holding space. And so a great way to begin to let go of that, as beautiful as that gift may be, is to, one, you can donate it. Two, if it's a high quality item, you can go ahead and sell it, and then gift yourself something that is now has a new meaning, a new rebirth, a new uh, chapter in your life that you're going to explore and be very curious about as you are starting this new journey, whether starting this new journey as a single woman because you just came out of a relationship, or starting this new journey as a woman that is ready to date. So that is your inner circle. Your inner circle is also envisioning what you desire for your future self. So if you desire for your future self to be in a beautiful, committed relationship, what does that look like? What does that feel like? What are some activities, memories that you see yourself creating being in that beautiful, committed relationship? So when you begin to envision that, it begins to take life. It begins to form how? By a stroke of a pen. So this is a practice that you can do. You can journal an activity or a memory, something that you see yourself doing. Be very, very specific in doing that. One of the future memories that I journaled a while back was actually envisioning what my future home would look like. Now, this is, of course, in my future self that would have it all together, right? Because it's it is difficult after a divorce and having to restart everything all over again, right? So then I was envisioning myself, what would it be like? How do I see myself in my future self as one that has it all together now? She is healed. Um, she is in a place where she is fully confident in what her truth is for herself. She knows who she is. And embracing that feeling, that vision, it really started making a shift in a lot of areas. And so that was very intimate. That was in my inner circle. So I began to journal what my home would look like. I began to describe the colors, the decor, the feel of the different textures. And over the course of time, I began to see glimpses of that in the real world, in the now. So I know that my thoughts are they're being created and they're taking form in reality by seeing that in others. Because now those are little glimpses, those are little clues that yes, what I envision for myself, for my future self, is indeed meant for me. So an example is I journaled about this home, right? And the colors and all that. So I remember after I had journaled that, I went to my friend's studio. It was a brand new studio that she had opened. She was already in the photography business, but this is like now it's, they've gone to the next level and it's just a beautiful studio. And I go, as soon as I walked in, I felt like just this like wind of or this light of enlightenment just hit me. Like I could see every single item in that place, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's what I was envisioning for my home. That chair, or that beautiful couch, or the beautiful throw pillows, or those little details. I could see that in my journal, right? So I knew that that was a glimpse, that was a clue of what is meant for me. Now, here we are, fast forward, and today I'm not in my future home that I envision. However, I'm getting closer. Why? Because I just realized that I have the chairs, the same chairs that my friend had at that studio, which I loved. And I have these chairs now. And the walls are that gray color, the whites and the grays and the like different textures. That is all taking form because it started from my intimate inner part of my being, which is your inner circle. So you create space by expanding that energy through journaling. Or if it's not journaling, making a collage, putting something together, not a vision board that encompasses many aspects of your life, but a collage that specifically targets details of your surroundings, of your environment. Okay, and in this case, being your home, or it could be your environment of your workplace, right? Maybe you envision yourself in this one office. What does it look like? Be very, very specific, almost like an interior designer. You want to be scary detailed, right? Because you're going to see how all of that is coming into fruition little by little. You will see glimpses of that. All right, so that's the first one. is really thinking about manifesting what you see in your future and begin embracing that feeling in the now. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is your enveloping circle. Enveloping circle is intimate. It's enveloping, meaning it's around you, kind of like an envelope, how everything is so snug and close, right? To that intimate letter, that intimate love letter. Think of it that way too. It's enveloping circle. It's what's intimate but very close to you. So that means your wardrobe, your jewelry, your makeup, your hair products, all of those things, being very selective and intentional of what you put on your face, what you put on your hair, what clothes you wear, not because you are changing for someone, but because you are being very intentional of how you express and how you romanticize your heart, right? Because when we go on a date, what do? We put on a really cute dress or this outfit that we just feel so confident in, right? So why not continue that energy, that beautiful love energy for ourselves? So we continue that energy by romanticizing ourselves and seeing ourselves every day just so beautifully dressed in whatever that is. If that is in your beautiful leggings and this beautiful top that you feel so confident in, you feel beautiful, and it's something that is intentional and it has a lot of use for it of your future self, then go ahead and do that. If you see yourself wearing different dresses or ruffles or whatever it is, begin embracing that now. Be very intentional. Even if your wardrobe is not like a lot of things, that doesn't matter. What matters is that what you do wear, simple, small amount, that is much more significant because that is really fulfilling its purpose of what it's to do, which is, again, feeling that beautiful clothes and embracing that beauty within you as it radiates outwardly. So that would be for enveloping circle. Okay, so it's still close enough to you. Now for this one, I highly recommend that you start with your closet and your makeup and hair products and really begin to take out things that you don't wear anymore that maybe have been expired, for like things that you put on our face or hair, and just really simplify your life. Simplify does not mean that you just have like one thing. Simplify your life means that you are going to be, again, very intentional of what it is that you are providing for your body. So that way it's with purpose. And again, if you are very selective on what you put on, that's going to create greater results than just having a bunch of different things that could possibly do some great benefits to us. Okay, so I highly encourage you to start with your closet and your products. Now, of course, one of the things that I highly recommend is the book called The Magic of Decluttering by Marie Kondo. And not necessarily like the digital copy or the show, but you will become very intimate with this book by purchasing like the actual book. And no, I don't get anything for it. I'm just highly recommending it because it was life changing for me, and I know that it's going to be life changing for you as well. So this book, it really describes and it takes you through a process. And if you just stick to it and really be mindful of everything that you do throughout the process, you are going to see lots and lots of changes, not only in relationships, in your love life. You're going to see a lot of great shifts, changes in your workplace, even in the way that you purchase things. You start seeing things in a whole new light. So I highly recommend that book. That took me about 3 months to really go through each of the chapters and declutter, like to the T, exactly how it was described in the book. And let me tell you, it was definitely life changing, and I could see how much of an impact it makes when we get rid of things that no longer serve us, and we begin to be very selective on the things that we do allow in our lives. So that is something that I highly recommend. But if you want to get started now, start with your closet and your products. Okay. And the third one, let me see if I can find it here. The third one is your outer circle. I don't know what happened to my outer circle. My outer circle is anything outside of us, really. So I'm gonna put outside circle, which is your surroundings, is surroundings. Okay. I'm gonna put that here. Outer circle is surroundings. What is in your surroundings? So after you have started from your closet to your makeup, it's time to expand. Start making room for love to come your way, or for that change that you are ready for to come your way. So what are your surroundings? Begin after that with your bedroom. Make it a sanctuary. For those of you who are in a relationship, hey, continue that spark. Make your bedroom a beautiful sanctuary so that you can continue having that beautiful exchange of appreciation for one another, right? In a very intimate place. And once you go from your bedroom, begin moving on to your living space, right? So I want you to think about this. When you come home, do you look forward to coming home? When you go to your bedroom, are you like, oh, this is so nice. I'm so happy to be home in my bedroom? Or do you feel like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. And then you look over and you see a pile of clothes and you feel disorganized. So think of it as a gift to yourself. When you come home, you just feel like you are ready to just enjoy being home. You don't have to worry about any other thing than just being in your beautiful sanctuary. So as you create space and get rid of things that no longer serve you, that no longer bring you joy, they no longer bring any value to you, they're not serving their purpose, it's time to let those go. And when you do that, also be thankful. Practice that gratitude, because what you're doing is you're opening up, right? You're opening up to for things to come your way. And when we're full of gratitude, we have more things to be grateful for. All right. So I pretty much gave this to you in a nutshell. And I'd love to be able to expand a little bit more on that. So if you would love to connect with me, I'd love to be able to connect with you and help you really dive deep into these three circles so that you can set yourself up for amazing, unshaken, epic love. So remember, if you desire it, you are definitely ready for it. And I want to say this other thing, but I had it switched. You have a desire and it's meant for you. So it's going to come your way. But what do we need to do? We need to make room for it. All right. We definitely need to make room for that. All right. So today I shared with you how to create space in your environment for love, right? Getting rid of the baggage, getting rid of um, perhaps gifts, things that have been holding space from past relationships, or things that we have been holding on to, memories. It's time to really just declutter all of that from our minds and begin being open and creating new ones. I talked about the enveloping circle, which is things that are intimate, right? Which are close to you, your articles of clothing, your jewelry, your products that we put on our face and in our hair, and how you can really start being selective on what you desire for yourself as you are romanticizing and expressing self-love on a day-to-day basis. And the last was your outer circle, which is anything that is outside of you in your surroundings, and how you can create a space that's going to feel beautiful, calming, whatever words you already have in your mind that you desire for that one special place in your home. Start creating that feeling now. All right. So I hope you find this helpful. And hey, Once you create space, you'll be amazed of how things are going to start really just falling into place. I am a witness of that. I have seen that firsthand. And I fully believe that this is something that's going to be very, very helpful as you embrace your singleness, you embrace your dating life, and you embrace being in a beautiful, committed relationship. All right. Have a great evening, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. All right. Have a great one. Bye.